What is going on, family? Welcome back to the next episode. While it's fresh on my mind, let me remind you to make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you know when videos come out. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and make sure that you hit that thumbs up because YouTube and their algorithms. I need you guys to do the legwork on your end so I can do the legwork on my end, and people get to see these videos and get to know my little story. Just a quick update on my general situation and circumstances. One of the main reasons I decided to make this video, as far as having an update at this particular point, is because it's technically a fairly pivotal point. As it was stated in the previous video, I recently had surgery. It is a multi-part process that I'm going through. It will keep me busy for a few months and away from the bus, unfortunately. But once this is all said and done and I can get back to the bus, or if I can get things situated to where in the midst of this process, I can occasionally get back to the bus, then you guys will see footage of what I am able to do while I'm at the bus in between my whole recovery process here, or in the midst of, I should say. In any event, been here a little over a month, about 5 weeks. I've got 3 more weeks before the end of this particular portion of this process is concerned. The reason that this particular point has been pivotal is because I've reached the point where I've been able to get up and walk. Granted, it's a bit of a process and I do currently require a walker, but I can function. I've been able to get to the point of just about being fully autonomous in my day-to-day life. I only need help with a couple things here and there. And because of that progress, I decided to push my limits yesterday and arranged it so that I could actually head out on a quote-unquote day trip in order to go check on the bus. Basically, the main errand was checking the bus to make sure that since I've been away from it for so long, no shenanigans had been happening with the bus while I was gone, like nobody trying to take anything off of it, steal it, break into it, blah, blah, blah. That was pretty much the primary thing. Secondary thing was getting my hands on a couple of things I needed so that I can get back into getting things done in terms of talking to you guys, getting content together, doing some design work, things along those lines. So I was able to get my hands on my laptop so I can get work done on there, as well as I tend to have, so this is kind of a, I won't say pro tip, but it's a way that I function to make my life a little simpler, though other people probably see it a little bit more complicated. But I don't really keep my social media apps on my actual phone. I purchased a separate device that I basically just connect to Wi-Fi or whatever, or tether it to mobile broadband, and I keep all of my social media apps on there so that my primary phone isn't cluttered with extra notifications and excess things that I don't need to deal with. Being here, I only brought my main phone, or my primary phone, with me, so I've just been, kind of functioning on that. But I haven't really been touching my social media much other than Facebook because, and obviously YouTube, because all the other stuff I have that separate device specifically for. So when I need to post information up on Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 I will use that device and just transfer files over from either my phone or my laptop to that device once I have that content ready. This is something that makes my life a little simpler. But yeah, it is what it is. So now that I have all of the primary devices that I need in order to get back in the game as far as all of my content creation and outlets are concerned, there will be an uptick of me doing that stuff. The other thing that basically I needed to do was go and check the mail. And the nice thing about having checked the mail is that I kind of knew it was going to show up after I had gotten my surgery done, but long story incredibly short, one of the things that I got out of my mailbox is probably a little difficult to come on, zoom in. In any event, those are my stickers. Those are the stickers for the plates for the bus, So now the bus is 100% official, legal, and registered as a motorhome in the whole nine. Everything is done with that stuff. So now all I got to do is get my insurance together on the bus in and of itself, and do some finalizing paperwork for whatever else needs to be done. Just little odds and ends before I can actually take my quote unquote maiden voyage. But all of the major hurdles, as far as legality is concerned, have been pretty much taken care of. There might be one or two that I'm not thinking of at the moment. Not going to worry about it. But I got some phone calls to make as of next week just to get the ball rolling with things like insurance and whatnot, getting everything cleared up, or not cleared up, but set up with that and moving forward. So, yay. Yeah, that was pretty much it as far as yesterday was concerned. I was out and about for a few hours, went and handled that stuff, caught up with some people that I needed to, in regards to some things I needed to take care of, caught up with some things I needed to take care of. In any event, I took care of some errands. I'll just summarize it that way because my brain isn't really being clear enough with the words that I want to choose in order to say what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to move on. That's pretty much primarily how things went. I'm happy to have had that milestone. It was a bit of a pain to get myself situated, and because it was unfortunately a somewhat small car that I was in, and I had to sit in the back seat. And because my one of my legs is currently incapacitated, essentially it's in a brace where it's stuck straight, so I can't bend that leg. So complications with being a larger guy, getting in a small vehicle with with one leg that I can't bend. So it is what it is. But I got it all done. Exhausted by the end of the day, but I was happy that I had accomplished the task that I set out to do. And that's just how I roll. I do my best to try to be reasonable about the tasks that I want to complete, but I know I'm a little ambitious with how I want to do things and what I choose to do when it comes to getting things done in my life. But I try to find a happy balance between pushing too hard and being attentive enough about it to make sure that I'm not going beyond my capabilities as a whole. So, is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say today. Yesterday was great. I was glad that I was able to get all of that done. I was glad that I didn't run into any major complications with that whole process. And I got a couple of items that I had actually been waiting on in the mail that were for the bus and for my own use that are going to make things a little easier moving forward. One of the things that I did not get to check on, but I will be checking on hopefully next week, will be solar panels. I have a very nice friend that was willing to hold on to them because they came while I was in rehab. I want to say probably a little over a week after the procedure had been done, which I kind of saw that coming, but I was hoping to get that situated before all of this went down. It is what it is. The items were acquired without any problems, so and I have my friend storing them temporarily for me until I can get back there and be able to put them in my actual shop. That's pretty much one of my primary things for getting out next week to get stuff done, just so that I'm not burdening my neighbor because it was kind of him to be willing to take those on, to hold on to them for me until I could get to them myself. But at the same time, I don't like overstaying my welcome when it comes to people doing things for me. So the sooner that I can get them in my possession and not be a burden to other people, the better. At least that's how I roll. Anyway, wrapping this up because I got nothing else really to say at this point. Other than I'm glad that things are playing out for the most part how I intended them to, even if I have had a few hiccups here and there. And my overall intended time frame of getting things done and what event I will be making my way to as my maiden voyage is still set up. Everything is still going as essentially as planned, with the majority of my buffer being used, but not quite all of it. So I still got a little bit of wiggle room there. I'm ready to make these things happen. Anyway, wrapping up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for bothering to watch this particular section of videos because there's nothing really special about me being here. Nothing really special about this leg of my journey in regards to getting the bus together and getting out and getting things done. There's nothing glamorous about being in a rehabilitation facility. There is nothing. So for everybody that watches these particular videos, I'm especially grateful for because you don't have to be here, but I do. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to continuing to move forward, and hopefully things will continue to progress at a pace that makes sense to me, for me, and allows me to get what I want to get done when I want to get it done. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.